Hold on. That's ringing bells. Hold on. Grease lightning. Grease light. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. Be offense, man.
No shit. If you had never, if you say at all to her mother that you've never seen Grease, there might be hell to pay.
No, I've seen Grease. It's just been a long time.
I know, but that's like apparently her favorite thing ever.
Been a
One of her
long,
favorite things ever.
long time.
Did you
But
start recording?
but whatever I don't remember, you can tell me more about. Okay.
Did you just go Italian on that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did he get very far?
I don't know why, but the way you said that, it sounded like you said, "Diddy got very far."
Did he get very far? There's something wrong with you. Jesus, be offense. We have no affiliation or association with Sean Combs.
Or Diddy.
Was that a joke?
Okay.
Was that a?
Edit that out. I'm so used to hearing his name as Diddy. I forgot.
No,
his real name.
leave it in. Leave it in. I said we. I said we have no association with Sean Combs, and he said, "Or did he?" That has to stay. Oh, that's so good.
I'm so used to calling
That
him
is
Diddy.
such
I
a-
never think about his real name.
Oh, bro, the clips are gonna be so good. The clips are gonna be so good today.
Or did he?
Did he?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
That is gold. That is gold, son. All right, I'm crying. I need oh. Ooh, okay. Allergies are going nuts today, so my eyes are already watering. This is not helping.
He's allergic to cats.
I am, and he has a lot of cat on him.
Yeah. This hoodie probably was rested on by 3 other cats. So
It's okay. I took some allergy medicine and some eye drops, and we are going to be just fine.
But we have no internet, so it's kind
Internet's
of
out. Like, yeah. I don't know when this video is going to get to you. Because,
It's just internet, but I feel like all 3 of us in this room have been like kind of panicking about it. And I
it's
feel
like,
it's
Oh, no, I'm
it's
pretty
just internet.
yeah.
No, I'm pretty good.
You're good.
Yeah.
He's
You
chilling.
last without internet?
Chilling like a villain. I've already, the book I'm listening to is,
I was able to do that on a cruise.
I've got phone service. So the book I'm listening to is already downloaded, but I could also download another big book if I wanted. That's most of what I do throughout the day, other than like listen to music. That part kind of sucks because I don't have any music downloaded on my phone. So I would have to be using my data for listening to music. The only other thing is just like, because me and you watch shows and stuff. Like we've been watching Harry Potter. We've been watching a ton of Supernatural. And if we can't stream, then that really sucks. I mean, we have our Wi-Fi hotspot, but I have unlimited data for my phone, but I only have 10 gigs of data for hotspot. Like if we do use my phone for the hotspot, that's fine. It should be more than enough. But it is something to think about. Not that I hardly ever use my hotspot, so it's like really not the end of the world.
I've never used
As long as they fix the Wi-Fi soon.
I've never used hotspot before.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, I just updated the password to my Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah, but no, in terms
It's
of
well, I don't wanna say it just in case anybody. Not that you know what my.
unless someone we know watches this.
No, I'll probably change it at some point. Currently, it is moist cake.
Why?
I don't know. Thought it'd be funny. And I was right. Huh? To my Wi-Fi hotspot.
Oh, to your wife.
It just makes, now you just got me wondering
Moist
how a
cake.
Now you just got me wondering how like, moist cake tastes like. And now we're just gonna get it for your birthday.
Well, hold on. I'll probably get more than one moist cake for my birthday, to be honest with you.
Ew. Oh.
Baby.
I have allergies right now. It's Yo, dog. I don't even want to know. I think I might know, and I hope that I'm wrong. Whatever he said, I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen.
I had a conversation with someone about that once.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the context in this video, but it was pretty funny.
Turkey baster?
What?
Oh, okay.
No, don't guess. Don't guess.
Don't
Whatever.
guess.
Just don't guess. No.
Turkey baster.
No.
I'm gonna say something close to it.
He didn't say. But no. Anyway,
Anyways,
Yes.
you get picked up by your mic. I'm like all up in my mic. You're like all over
yeah,
there.
I
I want
didn't
to make
realize
sure that
my
you.
mic was in my face.
Yeah. There we go.
That bitch
There
over
we
here.
go.
All right.
This is out of hand already. This episode.
Oh my god,
I'm-
it's like bringing us back.
I'm liking the energy though. I feel like we've just been so tired lately.
Yeah,
I just got back from vacation, so I'm feeling a lot better.
I mean, shit, we both have just had life adjustments that have tired us and have delayed us quite a bit.
I am still a little loopy, still a little tired.
I mean, we started new jobs,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I wish we had like
You started school.
It's been a weird few months.
yeah.
Well, more a month.
You know what I wish we had.
It's 1 month.
Yeah.
It's been a weird month.
It has. It's been a weird.
Weird month.
It's a weird few month. The month be few and weird, and but I feel like we're kind of getting to the roll of things. Some things are not always lining up the way I want them to at the moment. Some of my other projects, but we're gonna get it sorted out. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he told me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just a little frustrating. He was pretty bummed out too. He told me, but he said there's nothing, no bad blood, nothing wrong. Like he's like, I love you, brother. We are good. I promise you.
But he's upset with you.
Not that he's just a little bummed, but he's not directing that negative energy. No, he's gonna still try to figure that out, but he's bummed that the plans changed and we don't have that gig anymore. Like so, but he's not directing that negativity towards anybody. He's just a little bummed, a lot bummed, and but I understand that. I'm gonna give him some time. We'll talk tomorrow, but
To the editor, the plug.
I'm sorry.
The plug.
The plug. Oh, my plug.
I'm leaving the space there for a link.
Okay.
Oh, the plug-in has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a band. We're talking about a musical duo. We have mentioned it before, so links will be available if you guys want
The
to.
photos.
And we have a media kit. We have photos. Some pretty good. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but not too bad. We also have these up on our website and stuff, so. If you want to check it out, the links will be there. You can check out all those photos, all our stuff. We'll hopefully have some more content out soon. Some of the things we had planned for very soon just kind of like didn't pan out the way we wanted. So some of the content we want to get out to you guys probably going to take a little bit more time than we wanted, but we'll get there. We're going to get it sorted out. We'll have some leads, have some people who want to work with us, and we just got to get some more content out there, more availability for them to see us.
Yeah.
So.
There's people that do want to see you.
Yeah.
Big names.
In the area, yeah, very very exciting stuff. We just gotta get out there. So we'll see what happens. Anyway,
Even collaborations with Izzy's OnlyFans.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
but
I don't know why I keep bringing that one up.
Calm down, Maple.
Not Izzy's OnlyFans.
She's over there
OnlyFans in
digging.
general. He would make money out of that.
You know what we need is a PA.
Personal
Yes, thank you. Yes, I wasn't talking about the speaker system. I am talking about the personal assistant because I'd love some coffee right now, but we're all engaged with making this show happen, and we have no assistants. Huh? Oh! We gotta do some more media together too, so we can get some stuff out for our stuff.
Charlie Anime.
It is busy, yeah.
And
Anyway.
that's the thing, like,
Yeah, we get a lot of our photos, I think, from events, and we haven't been to an event together yet in a little bit. So, but we have some coming up. So,
It depends on Metricon at this point.
are we not going to the thing in June?
I thought we were going to Charlie's at the end.
No, we are. But
Oh, at the end of May, right? Or
Yeah, that's at the end of May.
end of May?
It's actually not this weekend, but next weekend for Charlie Con.
Yeah, it was like what, the 26th or
MetroCon
25th.
is in July.
25th?
Metricon's in July, and then the Jacksonville one is in June.
Yes,
But
you're
that,
right.
That depends
I just
on-
know it's a Sunday.
but
Oh
you
my
said-
gosh.
You make it sound like you should be okay.
Where's my calendar?
In your phone.
Thank you. I'm looking. I was pulling out the phone. It was more of a, never mind. Yeah, no, the 25th, right? Sunday the 25th, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
And then for
So-
Brick City or Bold, I don't know which one it is, Brick City or Bold Monster,
Mm-hmm.
we can just ask guys questions like we did last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
And then we'll get an actual mic
Yeah.
for the celebrities.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
I feel like after that happened, I don't know.
Honestly,
broke my heart.
I know.
It was such
I
a
mean,
good
you can still hear
concept.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we
Hard,
can
it
do.
was the clip. I tried putting in the clipper like so many times, but
Mhm.
because it was so low, it just
Well, one
now
of the
we
things
can hear all that stuff,
I know they make. I'm pretty sure like packs that with batteries and everything like that that you can hook up. Like we can hook up to one of my mics, and it can link up to the phone and stuff. I think they make stuff like that, so we can use that to capture the audio and just have it linked up to your phone that's recording it, and that'll be a lot better sound quality. I think.
It's better than I've seen other people do, which is where they literally just put this over their phone. Like, come on. Come on, you're in a public.
Well, yeah,
place.
well, just put
You're
a
not gonna get it.
just put a pop filter over their
exactly.
their phone. Oh yes, very professional. We are very good
Well, I will
here.
say, there's this guy on YouTube that Ari introduced me to, but he's kind of. We feel like he kind of scripts all his shit now. I don't know what his name is, but he does like faithful, like is your boyfriend or girlfriend faithful and all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
But he does that. He does that with his phone. He puts this over his phone, so it's like, you know.
And then he just talks like in the speaker.
Yeah, but now we feel like he's a little scripted, so we don't watch him anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I think that's the thing is like I think that like they try a bunch of different things and it's like pretty natural and like one thing will work out like really well.
Yeah, they're just kind of talking about
But then like but you can't like really plan out virality like that. So they'll have one thing and it'll like go viral, it'll work really well, and then they'll try to replicate it. Right? And maybe they do okay, maybe they don't, but they're never gonna most of the time they're never gonna reach that same level of virality that one particular video made. And a lot of times it's the throwaway crap, like the stuff you put zero effort into.
people get, like, your content never as good as the beginning.
No.
As they were becoming famous.
Oh, and
Yeah, no, seriously. I agree with that.
and Izzy was saying that too, though. We should get a booth
A boot.
Right, which one?
at any of them.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Oh, like the free the library, right? You were talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's also something I want to try out. And maybe
Library had the public library has free podcast studios
yeah.
oh yeah,
that you
that's
can
right.
that you can
I'm
book.
like, maybe we should try
Oh
it
no,
out.
I wasn't talking about that kind of booth.
I know,
Oh.
you mean a booth at a con.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I was thinking of a
But that is also something that we should try out.
But that is
a
some.
booth at a con, yes, we just need to buy stuff.
But I will say this though.
what like
Button
signs
make-
and stuff.
Button makers.
I'm sorry?
Button makers.
Button makers.
Button makers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What did you think I said?
I was hearing butt makers.
Butt makers.
Butt makers.
Let's put some injections.
We're
in that
making
butt.
some butts around here. Yeah, got the classic Brazilian
But no.
BBL.
Cards.
Dog.
We could even do T-shirts,
Yeah.
posters,
Dude.
and some
We have to
stupid
get
shit.
some
It's that kind of
branding
stuff.
for it,
But-
it's funny, you know.
It does. It
Well,
just
I will say
capital.
this. Depending on how small it is, and this is someone who's actually done booths.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how small it is, it's cheap. It's on the cheaper end.
Right.
If you do something like Metricon or Holiday Matsuri, I would say expect 200. Holiday Matsuri definitely expect at least $400.
Wow.
They're expensive.
Wow, that's a lot of dollops.
Yeah. So and then sometimes they will give you internet or electricity, but sometimes they won't.
Oh, wow.
So it all depends.
Interesting. More and more, like because something I was talking about is getting like one of those like Anchor power banks. You know what I'm talking about? Like you can use them for all kinds of stuff. You can use them to power equipment. You can use them with power tools
I
in
know
your
what you're talking
garage. It's like a little battery bank, like the size of a suitcase, and it will power like heavy power tools for hours. Like you can power your sound equipment with it. You can power lights with it. Like it's just like it's not a generator. It's just a power bank. So it's silent, and it will just it'd even power heavy equipment for like long periods of time. So I've been wanting, they're very expensive. I've been wanting one though, just because of how useful they are.
You know what? I want to set a goal because I just had a brilliant idea.
Well,
We can get a
how
certain-
brilliant is it really? I want to see.
I have hair in my mouth.
You got hair on your face, so
Yeah, but that felt like dog hair.
could have been. Might be.
Hopefully I know poop.
We haven't chomped the couch in a while.
I'm not gonna ask what that means. Anyways, if
You
we
haven't
can hit-
chomped the couch in a
If
while.
we can keep this growing and we hit a certain amount of followers,
Right.
the idea just popped up in my head.
Okay. Let's hear it.
A neon sign,
Right. I'm with you.
black text,
Okay. Black.
the neon lights being white.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Not always black and white, but not always black and white being bold black text with a white
Surround-
light going around the text.
Oh, I see. That'd probably be more like an LED, but like with the cutout part, the dark part being the letters, and the light being the borders.
Right.
I see what you're saying. You know who we should order from? LC Sign. Hey, Tony. Hey, could you hook us up?
Tony.
Hey, Tony. Could you hook us up?
Who the hell's Tony?
Tony from LC Sign. You guys haven't seen him on TikTok?
Oh, he's so fucking funny.
Oh my god, dude. We gotta order an LC Sign.
He always does like a stitch to the. He does a stitch to some very stupid ass videos.
Yes. Okay. Thank God. I was like, do I have to? Okay. We might throw up some example videos right here, just so you guys can see who I'm talking about.
I haven't seen him in a while, so I forgot about
and we'll tag LC Sign as well. But yeah, I'd love to get a sign from LC Sign. You know, that'd be sick. So, but yeah, and they can. I'm sure they could make it too. So.
I just realized something though.
What's that?
Why'd you go Italian?
Because Tony is an Italian name. Also, my name's Anthony, and
isn't he Japanese?
I think he's Chinese.
Chinese?
I think he's Chinese. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They still eat dog the same way. Speaking of,
We are not making any assumptions on the eating habits of Chinese people. So.
Yeah, so we can't make any jokes about Jews or Nazis or black people.
What? Hold on.
Or gay people. Maybe trans.
What I heard was we can't make any jokes but about Jews, black people, Nazis. But you're saying, I'm guessing what you meant and what I was mishearing was that we can't make jokes about these people groups and ethnicities.
It's only we have to stay PG-13.
At the con?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Which is going to be interesting because
we're just doing like anime hot takes. Like, why would we end up?
Well, one of the hot takes. One of the hot takes I have for it.
Okay.
Is going to involve the word SA, sexual assault.
Okay.
No, I don't. We should go there.
No, I'll say SA, but it's not going to be about sexual assault. It's about something
in certain animes.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
In a certain anime.
Which one?
Dan to Dan.
Oh yeah.
I have my own thing I want to say.
That's they really toe the line in that anime and manga.
But that's where I'm like I'm gonna be like be blunt and clear and say I do not support those allegations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
As there's a lot of people giving a lot of heat to Dan to Dan for their like brushes with that topic in the anime and stuff. But the thing is, there are other animes and manga that are worse. That like fully imply that it actually happened. One of the big ones for me was Goblin Slayer, and that was a big one. People talked about that for sure.
Was pretty bad.
Berserk, there was of course, and people love Berserk. They won't say any bad words against it, you know. And neither will I. I love Berserk, but that's the thing. Is like there are other anime that like basically straight up said it or even showed it. You know what I mean? And now with like Dan to Dan, they kind of vaguely imply that it might have happened, but then it didn't. And people are like super uncomfortable. And I don't know if it's just because of the level of popularity that Dan to Dan has, but I think it's kind of unfair when I don't see the same kind of heat coming after some of these other animes.
Also, I'm just going to say now that she's up and didn't knock anything over.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee.
Oh, yes. Do you want to make some coffee, baby?
Iced or hot?
Do you want iced or hot coffee?
I just asked for a ginger ale.
Oh, you want a ginger? Oh, yeah. Oh, for me. You mean the coffee for me?
Yeah.
Whatever's easiest for you, baby.
I'll do iced.
That sounds great. All right, that's our last soda. You owe me 50 cents.
What the fuck do you think we live in? 1984?
If we in 1984.
I just threw a random date out.
I was like, what did that have to do with it?
I feel like that's how much soda pops were back then.
No, what?
I mean, they were definitely not the way they were now.
I feel like that's more like back in the 70s or 60s.
I
mean, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I might have to do some research on the evolution of pricing on soda pop. Let's take a look. Do a Theo Vaughn. Hey, look that up.
Oh, but no, I will state it right now because people who are going to be there won't be seeing. People who are going to be at Metricon won't be seeing this video. Like, not all of them will. But what I was going to state on the hot take was, the reason why I had no problem watching that scene.
You were right.
Really,
the 1980s was around the time that sodas were about 50 cents a pop. was the 1980s. You were right.
Damn, I
Wow.
can't believe I was right on that.
That was spot on, dog.
I was certain when you said.
That's crazy.
It kind of makes sense though.
It does. I feel like, yeah, because I feel like, I mean, you could like get a gallon of gas for like a nickel back in like the 20s or the 40s. I mean, I'm really just guessing at this point. I just feel like my grandpa told me about a time.
Did you spit in it or something?
What are you talking about?
She got that done so fast.
I got it done.
Iced coffee, baby.
Oh, did you just pour it in a cup?
Yeah, well, we have iced coffee in the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she didn't brew a cup of iced coffee. Although my Keurig does have that function. It does have that feature on it. It does, but she likes to keep iced coffee in the fridge because it's a one less step for her.
Fuck.
I
I thought I cleaned myself up.
I mean, it's fine, you know.
Air out the dirty line.
Honestly, I get it. You get up in the morning, and I don't even always want to make myself a whole cup of coffee. Sometimes I want to sleep until the last minute, and I don't want to do anything. I want to get up. I want to get my clothes. I want to go to work, and yeah, to be honest with you. About the convenience of making coffee in the morning. Because we have a Keurig, which is like a very convenient coffee machine compared to we have a regular coffee pot too.
Our Keurig doesn't even work.
That's
Wait,
unfortunate.
how many coffee machines do you have?
Two coffee machines.
Why do you need two?
We got rid of the old one, the old coffee pot, because the pot was missing, or something.
Why was the pot
No,
missing?
the pot wasn't missing.
Where the fuck did you get a Rice Krispie treat?
In the cabinet, the pot wasn't missing. The filter basket was missing. So the part that the filter sits in that holds the coffee, that part was missing. So we got a new coffee pot for like $12 at Walmart.
Why did you just get a new filter?
But that was before I brought my Keurig from my old place.
Okay, that makes sense now.
We could have got a new filter basket. We actually tried getting a new filter basket, but it didn't like fit right. We got it from Amazon, but it just like didn't really fit right. So it just, I don't know. We were just like, it's just gonna be easier to spend $12 at Walmart and get a whole new coffee pot. So we did get a whole new coffee pot, and it works fine. But so the evolution of convenience for coffee, that's where I was going with this. So you have the coffee pots, and like it's really not that hard, but it does take time. And if you just want to make one cup of coffee, then you have to like measure out how much you want and all this stuff. And then you have Keurigs. It's already measured out. You get 1 cup of coffee per K-cup, you know, and it's like super convenient. You can make iced coffee, put ice in the cup, and then it's, you know, but you know, even that I feel like sometimes it's just not convenient enough, you know. And you got the iced coffee in the fridge, already cold and ready to go.
Ari does the same thing. But you know what? I like buying.
No, it's all good.
You do hate it.
It's all good.
I like buying the little Star Cups.
Star cups?
No, my throat is like getting raspy for some reason.
Getting raspy. It's good. Hey guys, just content warning here. It's about to get raspy.
No, Starbucks. You know, like when you go to Walmart or 7-Eleven or all that stuff, you see the Starbucks glass bottles. The Frappuccinos, yes. I always like grabbing the vanilla ones.
Yeah.
And it to me, coffee doesn't wake. I don't feel like coffee wakes me up as much as it does everybody else. But man, does it taste good.
If I don't have coffee,
How the fuck do you get a coffee headache?
if I don't have it. Caffeine withdrawal, I don't
Yes, caffeine withdrawal is a very, very, very real thing. You can be addicted to coffee, and you can get headaches when you don't have caffeine. If you are addicted to caffeine, you can be addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, I used to get
I
headaches.
have like 4 coffees a day.
I used to get
So
headaches
for different
when I,
people,
cut
different
off
amounts
soda.
of caffeine, I think, work more than others. So like, you know, some people like they get what is there
Shut up.
something we could do about that?
Me sitting
Maple.
there with the
Relax,
flavor in my
Maple.
throat.
Where's your taser?
Huh? Taser? I don't have a taser.
I feel like you should.
Why? Why would I need a taser?
I feel like she should.
She has a taser. No.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, she does have a taser.
He said, why? What are you going to do with it?
Man, what am I gonna do with a taser?
No. You found it in my drawer, and then you're like, what is this going to do for you?
Anyway.
See, one time when we were over here, she was in the bedroom, and we just heard like a loud scream, and like we had to look over there,
Yeah.
and we were like, "What the fuck was that noise?" She's like, "I was just having too much fun with my taser."
Fair enough. All right.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's why you have that burn mark on your leg.
Oh my god!
I still have scars from when I got my EID cert. Electronic immobilization device. It's the technical term in law enforcement for that. Back when I was in law enforcement. We're on so many tangents right now. It's actually nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, you can be addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, because when I tried to cut soda off when I was a teenager, I did get headaches a lot. What?
I'm just thinking of that clip. You're like, yeah, you can't be addicted to caffeine, and you're like sucking down the coffee. Get it with 2 hands.
But one thing I'll recommend because you know how you get like some people, especially people who are addicted to caffeine, they'll understand this.
Wait, hold on.
This is nuts.
Because
This is the tangent episode, okay? Hold on.
I just realized why she's laughing so much.
Why? Because you burped?
No. Because she went on the Mary Jane.
Oh.
Joe, it's really funny.
She went downtown.
Bring it around town. Now.
Just like
No, it has to be ridiculous, though.
the fidget spinner, bring it around town.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like so I feel like nobody knows what we're talking about. So like there's a certain, well, okay, let's relax now.
Cutting it.
Not really, no, but
Yeah, for your job.
there was this vape pen, and the vape pen was also a fidget spinner, which I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's just like a good crossover. People who like to vape also like to use fidget spinners, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could do a study on that. That'd be great. But I wanted to get back to my recommendation. For those who drink coffee or caffeine. Calm down. All right. We were talking about coffee. We were talking about...
6 conversations ago.
Yeah, I know. No, not 6 conversations. Hey, listen. I had something I wanted to say, and I'm going to say it. Okay? Hop off. Ooh. Just kidding. Let's go. All right. Thank you, Maple. Thank you. Yeah, she wanted to chime in as well. Coffee, or any caffeine really. Like some people will you'll notice that you'll drink coffee in the morning, but then by 2 o'clock in the afternoon you're really crashing. You're still at work and you're really crashing, and you need to get more coffee, right? So coffee, what it does is it blocks off a lot of these hormones and chemicals in your body that are making you sleepy because they're attaching to those proteins that that sense that stuff that cause you to be sleepy. So a lot of times people will wake right up in the morning and the first thing that they do is drink coffee, right? And so you're blocking a lot of that stuff, but it's all still there. And so then when the caffeine wears off, it all hits you. The same stuff that was making you sleepy in the morning is hitting you again, and that's why you feel sleepy again. I've heard it recommended, I was watching some videos, some people recommend waiting 45 minutes after you wake up before you drink your first cup of coffee. That way a lot of that stuff has time to work itself out of your body. That way you don't feel that crash as heavily later on in the day when your coffee starts to wear off or when your caffeine starts to wear off.
That makes sense.
So.
It's kind of like the same rule they have about eating before sleeping.
I mean, no, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So the when you do things definitely makes a big difference. Eating
your body in a different way.
Honestly, if I eat right before I go to sleep, I wake up feeling like I'm starving somehow. It's actually kind of nuts.
See, I have a different reaction because when I eat right before I go to sleep, when I wake up, I go straight to the toilet.
I feel like most people go to the bathroom when they wake up.
I used to not, but
Yeah?
then I do it specifically so I can just zone out the cats because one of them yells at me, the other one won't get out of my fucking ass. The other one is hiding, and I'm like, okay, you're the nice one in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Nugget? Nugget's hiding?
No, Nugget's a screamer.
Oh, of course.
She screams.
Loud cats.
No, she'll get up right at my bedside and just scream in my fucking ear while I'm trying to sleep.
Is she hungry or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Animals
is jumping all over the fucking place.
Honestly, animals making noise in the morning for food. It's like animals making noise for any reason. One of my least favorite things. Animals are great. The noise they make, not so great.
That pass is starting to die down because I'm getting a little irritated by it. Mm-hmm. But I was giving her a pass because she always hides and doesn't really say much.
Okay.
So, but now I'm starting to get annoyed by it because I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're getting your food soon. Just let me take my fucking shit already.
Fair enough.
And I take 30 minutes on that shitter because I'm still waking up. Sometimes I forget I have legs.
Hold on. What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Michael?
Like you're on the toilet for so long, you forget you have legs.
You forget you have legs? You mean your legs start falling asleep?
Oh yeah.
You forget you have legs. What does that even mean? Okay. All right. We'll probably have some more tangents coming at us later on. Before we get to more tangents, how about what's our first topic?
Well, actually, I was going to tell you real quick.
40 minutes in.
I know. We're just having a good
shit.
time. We're having a. To be fair, I feel like we didn't have a super long set of topics today, so like,
We really didn't.
you know, I feel like just having a good time, chatting, talking. I think this is a good intro, good vibes.
Well, I think I'll mix it up and like go from topic, question.
Sure.
So, but I do want to state real quick.
Okay.
So the hot take will be the reason why the scene with
Yes, that's what we were talking about. Oh wow.
the scene with Momo and
Yes.
the first episode.
The first episode.
Yeah, the reason why it doesn't bother me. This is what I'm gonna bring up as a hot take, is that I didn't see it as sexual assault, mainly because growing up, I was obsessed with aliens. And
Okay.
anyone who knows aliens knows that when they abduct you,
They probe you.
the theory always was, obviously they probe you, which is what they were planning to do to her.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're gonna probe you, what are they gonna do?
I don't know
Take your
if
clothes off.
the way that they described it, the way that they were talking about it, it
Okay,
didn't
I
feel
mean-
like probing.
I mean, it was like their version of probing.
Because here's the thing.
But
Because
that's the thing. It didn't have to be depicted that way, but that's how I saw it. Was like
I
it's
do
their
think
version
I
of
do
probing.
think the level of apprehension people have with the show is a little out of balance with, you know, because there are other anime that I think are definitely worse.
Oh yeah.
But I will say that, I mean, there does seem to be a very odd kind of, Japan's a weird place, a central theme of like genitalia in general in this show, and it obviously involves underage people. So like that whole premise, it is a little odd. It's very Japan, you know. It's a great anime. Like, I'm not gonna say anything.
if you suck on my teats.
Yeah, exactly. Look, and I'm not saying anything against the show because I love the show. I think it's great. I love the animation style. I think the story is really fun to follow along with. I can understand the apprehension some people have with that. I had that apprehension in that first episode.
Oh, I know. But that's what I mean. That's why I wanted to say to me, I just saw it as how I always read about aliens.
Because if it had actually happened in that first episode, I don't
People
know.
would be-
I don't know
would
if
be
I
turned
would
off
have
by
watched the rest of it.
Yeah, no, people would have been turned off by it.
The fact that it didn't happen was what let me feel comfortable watching the rest of the show.
And I like the fact too that the theory is that Turbo Granny's whole backstory, she's the reason why she knew that Momo was in trouble. She like had that sense because it was theorized based on her backstory that she jumped through the phone to stop them from hurting Momo.
Yeah, honestly, because like with her backstory, at least from what I understand of it, like SA seems to be a part of like like some of the tragedy that happened in her life and of the people that she knew.
Or the girls that she saved.
Right, exactly. The girls that she saved. I think they kind of heavily implied that like she was like defending people against that, and that she's very much like, you know, against girls being taken advantage of in that way.
And Turbo Granny is apparently based on a real folklore in Japan.
Okay, well that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, so I think that's why I think they were just trying to find ways to implement that aspect.
Yeah. Again, still very good show, very good anime. I really enjoy it. So yeah, absolutely.
Now, staying on women.
Gotcha.
This was
Hold on.
breaking news
Pause.
yesterday.
Phrasing.
You know Totally Spies?
Oh, the new HBO
No.
Totally Spies show that's
Totally
coming out.
Spies in general.
Oh yeah, I know about it in general. Did you
I'm
know
not
that?
talking about HBO.
Did you know they're remaking it?
Yeah, I already knew about that.
Okay.
I'm just talking about in general.
Every night.
Swear to God, in the ads, that and Mermicorno.
I don't want to know about
Mermicorno.
that.
Friggin', I hate it
But
so
no,
much.
in general.
God. Okay, Totally Spies. What about it?
Not much news, but it was breaking news yesterday. But
Right.
they're making a live action film.
So they're remaking the show and they're making a live action film.
Which I think
Is HBO doing both of those things, or is
that part I don't know. But guess who's actually involved with it?
okay? Who?
It's not who you would expect. I want to give you three. I want to let you guess three actors
Actors who would be involved, like for the lead roles?
that are lead actors that are involved in the making process.
Oh, Jesus.
Male actors.
Male actors?
Yeah. Not as obviously not replacing the girls. Because I mean, Totally Spies is basically Charlie's Angels.
Is it? I mean, is the lead actor? Or is it like going to be the guy who plays the?
He might be playing the voice.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, I really have no clue.
Will Ferrell.
Really?
Yeah, he's attached.
That was nowhere even in the realm of my thoughts.
To be honest,
He's a Totally
like
Spies fan?
I guess so. And I feel like it has something to do. There's like some sort of connection. I feel like there's got to be some sort of
for the
connection
live
with
action.
Barbie.
I mean, is he? I wonder if he's involved with the. Why is like Totally Spies coming back like the way that it is? I mean, it's just odd.
I think it's
a remake of the animated show and a live action film.
Yeah.
That's obviously not a coincidence. Can't be.
Yeah.
And why? I mean, I'm not against it. Totally Spies was great, but I mean, it was really like kind of a minor experience for me in the realm of all the TV shows that I watched during the time. It was definitely a great one.
I almost thought of a good actress to play one of the spies, but she would not be a good fit because she's not black. No, one of the spies is black.
Nah, is she?
I don't know.
She's not white, but I don't know if
I don't know if she's Hispanic.
I don't think so.
But she looks black.
And does she?
But no, the actress I was thinking of that would be a good choice for her.
Okay.
Hispanic or black, whatever. Fuck, I can't remember her name. I don't even know if it's just a one-off film, I think she could do it. I don't remember her name, but she plays Hawk Girl in the Superman film. And she played Dora the Explorer. And she's currently in The Last of Us as Ellie's love interest.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
and
about.
she was Alien Isolation.
What was that?
I didn't eat the same dinner as you guys. So.
What do you got?
What the fuck did you eat before?
Cheese stick.
That's what you ate?
What are you eating now?
A cheese stick
And a piece of prosciutto? Nice. You're going to wrap the cheese stick in the prosciutto? Or no, just going to eat it? There you go. You good, dog? He's coughing.
Oh, no, that hurt.
What kind of cheese is a cheese stick? I thought so, right? Like, it has to be.
Oh.
I haven't. Not. I saw some, yeah.
See, I was just staring at the bullshit she was eating. And you know, my burps were just coming out of nowhere. Well, I felt the gas of that last burp going right through my nose, and it almost pushed the pee out.
That is
I'm holding on to it.
all right. Well, you just keep on holding
I'm
on.
holding on to it.
Keep on holding on,
Praying
Michael.
to God.
Don't pee on the couch.
No, that's their job.
No. Oh, I'd be so upset. I'd be so upset.
It'd be smelling like olive oil.
I'd get rid of the couch.
You get a new couch. Get a futon.
What? Why? Food for the living room? Why?
A fruit for the no.
Futon.
Yeah.
For the living room. Why? Why would I do that?
That way, you know, if she's farting up a storm, you can just come out here and sleep on the futon.
I'm all right. I think I'm okay.
Does her fart smell bad?
What?
Does it smell good? I mean, they're probably gonna smell bad after what she's eating right now.
I feel like she doesn't fart very often. You know. All right. Next topic. Curbs.
You've seen The Rust.
The Rust. Maple. Hey, Maple. Hey.
Maple.
Relax.
Eat Marty's ass.
What? I feel like you say some of the most out-of-pocket stuff of anybody that I know, Michael.
I tried to. I ain't gonna lie, but that burp really.
I swear to God. Like, I feel like it's Theo Von and then you. Like,
Who?
Theo Von. Theo Von?
No.
You know Theo Von?
No, not right now.
Dog, he's hilarious. But like, you know, he's like, man, look that up. Look up if Bigfoot ever went to college. You know, like he says stuff like that.
Monster College.
Monster College.
No.
I feel like that's something he would say. No, look up if Bigfoot ever went to college. I want to check on that. What years when did he graduate?
You know, if you really want to go further with that joke, you know, be like, what year did he graduate? Look up what his foot size is and go off of that.
Ice Machine wanted to check in with us. I don't know if you guys can hear that stuff in the background.
They can definitely hear Mabel.
You good? You choking over there? What's going on?
Put that cheese too.
There's so much chaos happening right now.
Oh my god.
So much, I'm like overstimulated.
Say slurp the cheese stick down?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do the noise, but I want to do the noise.
Ask the question you have. No, why? You said you weren't. You said you weren't. You lied to me, Michael. I trusted you. You said you weren't gonna do it, and you did it anyway.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
My
say.
doctor said I have to eat more calories, so I try to eat smaller portions.
Yes, I think you're doing well.
So you eat a cheesecake or cheese stick?
Did you get your protein in today? Your protein shake?
Yes.
Good.
No, you know the You Should Know podcast?
I think so. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, with the dumbass who speaks the most random shit ever.
Oh, it's
then you have-
hold on. There's Peyton and
Cam.
Peyton and Cam.
You're Cam.
I'm Cam.
Yeah.
Which one's Cam?
The white guy.
Oh, the one who makes sense all the time.
I feel like I've become Peyton,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as dumb as Peyton.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just very on top.
You know, I've already said this before. I just like it's one of those same things. It's like I feel like maybe at the beginning, like some of the stuff he said it was out of pocket, but he really believed it. But like there comes a point where it's like it happens so often. You're like, is this scripted now? Is this real? Because like I don't know if there's anybody that I believe that exists that really is this out of pocket this often. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. Because is he really dumb? I don't think so.
If he's not really dumb, he plays dumb really well.
He does. If he does, I mean, but I don't know. I maybe one day I would love to meet him. You know,
They're doing a lot. They're gonna be doing live shows.
they do. I love their podcast. Like
No,
they have.
no, I mean, they're doing a tour.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah,
I
I might
think
check it out.
I
'Cause
think
they do great. I love their shows. They're really really entertaining and everything like that. And even if it is scripted, it doesn't really take away from how entertaining it is necessarily for me. You know, because they're making entertaining content and it's meant to be entertaining. So like whether it's real or not, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just don't need to know that.
You know, I gotta ask you this.
But I do sometimes wonder. It's like, is it scripted?
Wait, no, I gotta ask you this. So
Ask me.
this is a question in regards to a story that Cam actually told Peyton.
Okay.
And in this, I'm gonna ask you if you would do something like this to Kayla. So, no,
No. Maple. Maple is a dog, and she likes to make noise. I'll give you 2 guesses to guess what kind of breed this dog is.
dumbass.
I don't know that breed.
I know that breed.
Do you?
I see it every time I
Oh
look
my
at it.
God, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, wait, that's Marty.
No, Marty. You just call Marty dumb.
He
Well,
told me the story of how he fell off the
oh, that was so funny.
and he just laid there like a piece of meat. But no,
He was just flailing around.
this was a story that Cam told Peyton,
Okay,
and it
go
was about
ahead.
his wife.
Okay,
And he's like, I was just sitting upstairs,
right.
just minding my own business, and I hear my wife screaming, and I'm like, oh God, our baby's down there. It could be so many different things going on. He goes down there, and his wife, and I feel like Kayla would have the same reaction, and she just keeps going, oh God, oh God, oh God, and he just looks at her and goes, what the fuck is going on? This better be urgent. And this is just my word, my wording of it. So it's not exactly word for word what he said, but she goes, I think I just pooped myself.
Why? Where were they?
What?
Where were they?
At home.
What?
And she just shit herself.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, you're at home though.
No!
Just get in the shower. I don't know.
But he said,
Why is she screaming?
but no, he
Like, what?
he said apparently he said, you know what? I was very close to divorcing her.
I think for the drama alone.
And-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
And
God.
she finished it off by saying, and Peyton's laughing his ass off, but at one point of the story, he looks up and goes, "Wait, you're serious about this? She actually shit herself." And apparently, she ended it off by saying it was trailing down her leg.
Oh.
So
Was she sick?
Could
no,
be.
but if Kayla did that, would you reveal it on the podcast? If she let you tell the story.
I would never tell.
If
such...
she let you tell the story.
Okay, I guess that's one of the things. I don't know if I'd want to tell the story, but even if I did want to tell the story, I wouldn't tell it without consent. Like,
Yeah.
some stories, it's like it's really embarrassing. It's really funny, but really embarrassing. And you got to talk to your partner about that. If they're fine with that and using for content or whatever, then fine.
And I think there
and you got to use some wisdom with that in relationships, because sometimes, even if your partner agrees to something, that doesn't necessarily mean they want it or would like it.
Yeah.
So like you do have to use some wisdom. I think that sometimes people get into the realm of wanting to make good content, and they want it so badly that they'll use all this kind of stuff, and it can be detrimental to relationships that they have, because they want to tell all these funny stories, embarrassing stories and stuff like that. And sometimes, even if at first it seems like it's okay, maybe over time it can start to hurt people's feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That you want to use them as the butt of a joke for that kind of stuff. So it's a tough question. Like, if it really was all lighthearted and everybody was fine, and we just wanted to tell a funny story, maybe if my partner was okay with that, then maybe. But
Would you be okay with that?
But
How much shit we talking?
I don't know.
But like, again,
I wouldn't even do that.
You wouldn't just shit yourself?
she wouldn't freak out about it if it happened.
I probably wouldn't even tell them. Unless like we were out in public, right? But if we're home and
Right.
I can see it now.
like, I would like take care of it, and then maybe afterward be like, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Like,
I could see how this would go though.
Like, I
Do
don't-
you?
Anthony's in the bedroom.
Sure.
You're out here.
Mm-hmm.
You shit yourself.
Okay.
You don't want to tell Anthony, so you start going to the bathroom sneakily, trying to hide it. He comes out. He sees something on the floor, and you're like, oh, that was Maple.
I don't see us doing anything like that.
I can see you trying to hide it from him though. You want to clench your butt cheeks and get
I don't know.
to the restroom?
I don't know. I don't know if it would. Yeah. I don't know if we'd need to hide it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't like, like roast her for it or anything.
I would.
Later on, you would. Maybe
I would.
take care of it.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, if I heard the story,
Yeah.
if I heard the
Poor
story,
Ariana.
no, I'm talking about her,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, me?
You'd make fun of her?
her and Ari. If both of them did it, you know what I'm doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
If she did it, I'm bringing Nutella,
Nutella?
and I'm gonna bring Traces, and I'm gonna be like, look, Kayla did it again,
Oh my god.
and I'm gonna do the Ari too, and then clean it up before the cats can get it.
Yeah, just leave Nutella on the floor for all the animals.
Yeah, for my animals, especially.
No, I would clean it up too, or
No, they can't eat Nutella.
I just said I'd clean it up.
Oh, okay. It's like they can't eat
But that goes into the question that Ruben wants to ask.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
He ran. So we're leaving his friend group, and
Why?
it was the end of the night.
Oh, I thought you...
Forever and ever.
Oh, no, that's what I was like. You were leaving his friend group. Like, what's
No,
this?
they're really nice.
Oh.
And I think you'd get along with them just because of D&D and all that.
I love D&D.
But he,
Even though they won't let me in their group.
well, that's because they're full and they're probably midway through a story.
Yeah.
But
Who told you that?
I already did.
Mm-hmm. She was checking. Like for my birthday and stuff, she was checking to see if they'd be down to run a game for me. Which was really nice of her to check on that for me.
But
But like their group, they were already going through like 2 different campaigns, and both were full. So there wasn't really any room for me in those campaigns, and he was a little too busy to run one for me and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But no, he randomly turned to me
Mm-hmm.
as he was leaving, because we were both leaving at the same time. And he's like, here's a good question for your podcast.
Okay.
When you're wiping,
Mm-hmm.
what's the scariest thing that could happen while you're wiping that you don't want to happen?
In what way? Like in regards to the wiping, or like in general while you're wiping?
While you're wiping.
Just like anything happening.
Like involving the wiping.
Oh, involving the wiping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had an answer right away.
Okay, what's your answer? So I can kind of see what you're talking about here.
If you had too thin of toilet paper, and while you're wiping, it
Breaks through and you finger your butt.
I was gonna say my intestine fell out.
That would be pretty scary. Yeah, I guess so. Not sure why that would happen, but yeah.
I wouldn't say intestine.
You're pooping a little too hard there.
Or you're
A little too hard.
No, we're talking scary.
What's
So
that?
I
What's
was
that? What's
like,
that word?
What?
Like your anal implodes.
Prolapse?
Prolapse. Your anal
I thought we
prolapses.
were talking scary.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot more common in elderly patients and things like that. People who are trying to poop too hard,
Then
pushing
why
too
the
hard.
fuck did a TV show depict a little girl having her anal prolapsed?
I don't know what show you're watching, but
It had-
it can happen.
What show?
Look, medically speaking, it
It
can
was-
happen in younger people too. It's rarer. Typically happens with patients who have a weakening of the anal sphincter and things like that, which is usually elderly patients.
Oh, if that happened to me, just shoot me in the fucking head.
It's really not that serious, guys.
I don't want to picture that.
It's really not that serious. Most of the time, if you go to the hospital for it, they'll just push it back inside, and
What,
give you
glue it
some
back
time.
together?
Not glue it back together. Your muscles just need to like have time to, use their elasticity to tighten back up. Like you're okay.
When I hear prolapse,
I'm not sure why we're talking about this.
I think of
She
Howie
brought it
Mandel.
up.
I think of Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel? Why?
Because he shared a picture of his prolapse.
Oh,
penis.
yeah.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
No, the show. It
I
involved.
bring up a prolapse.
This
penis.
is-
I said the scariest thing.
No,
for
when you
me
said
is when a
intestines,
wife-
I was
like,
saying-
yeah, my intestine fell out.
No, but I was saying.
When do we get to the nerd stuff?
Sure is
When do we get to the nerd topics?
Well, hold
This is
This, I mean, technically this is nerd because I'm now talking about a TV show.
Okay.
It was apparently a comedy show, and it starred one of the guys in Mike and Molly, not the main character, but one of his friends.
Yeah.
And his daughter just came downstairs, just like, "Hey, mommy and daddy, look!" and turned around. They didn't show it.
No, it was one of those medical shows.
No, it wasn't medical.
Oh.
It was like a comedy show. It was like a legit comedy show. They didn't show the little girl's
I was thinking
prolapse
it was
anus.
just 911.
But they showed them freaking out and then bringing her to the hospital, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just right back in." Sometimes it just falls out.
yeah. You usually would have like a condition or something that makes, like I said, a weakening around that area, which would make you more susceptible. It's not that common. It's not that uncommon either, though.
Again, just shoot me.
Yeah.
You have a gun, just shoot me.
Yeah, nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
Anyways, that's my fear about wiping. Putting my fingers in, like the toilet paper just rips through and everything gets in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Just wash your hands at that point. Like, not the end of the world.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're eating.
What?
Like, what if you ate something that makes it even worse? What if it's like a waterfall and it's just like dripping all over?
Wash your hands. I mean, like, I get it. But like,
How many
at the end
times
of the
do you
day,
get poop on your hands?
I don't know. I feel like it's like relatively common if you misjudge the amount of toilet paper you have, or if you only have like 2-ply toilet paper because you're poor.
That's why I'm never doing 2-ply because oh my god, no. Ever since my parents
used to get like the 2-ply.
And they didn't do it to be poor.
Mm-hmm.
They just bought whatever was there.
Yeah, well, don't ever go to prison.
Well, yeah.
1-ply, baby.
Because
No.
they're going to clean it out a different way.
Not always. It depends. But yeah.
It depends if I'm the bitch, which I'm probably going to be the bitch.
Okay. Okay, Michael. What is going on? I don't know, but
When you were a security guard, did you ever witness that?
I was never a security guard, so I don't know.
He was a correctional officer.
When you were a correctional officer, did you ever correct that?
No. Correct what, Michael? Their poop?
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
Their toilet paper?
No. When the big guy would get on the bitch.
If I caught sexual assault, yes, we would stop it.
How many times did you catch it?
I did not personally catch it. At least not in like mid copulation. I've never caught them in that far into the act, like I've separated inmates, but like not while they were in bed together, at least, thankfully. It does happen. It does happen. It's I'm not sure why we got to such a dark topic, but
That's so dark.
but
Well, usually it's the dark ones I go for.
there's a lot of reasons I don't do that job anymore. But yeah.
Anyways, get on to some nerdy news.
Nerd stuff.
I don't know if you want to do it on your phone.
Segues are weird. What am I doing on my phone?
GTA 5.
Oh, we wanted to watch the
So the GTA 5 trailer came out because they delayed it till next year.
I'm assuming you mean 6.
Did I say 5?
Yeah.
GTA 6 trailer came out last week. The same day they announced they were delaying it till next May.
Yeah.
So
When we mentioned it before, the Wi-Fi's out. That's why I'm pulling it up on my phone.
yeah, so I've been trying my best to avoid everything possible with it because people people are going crazy about it.
Yeah, they keep delaying that game. I kind of love the meme like the we got this before GTA 6 memes.
Yeah, but it's like with Rockstar, let them cook.
When did this? Oh, 6 days ago.
Yeah, it's
this
like
one.
2 minutes.
2 minutes 46, 45. Okay, I'm guessing this is the one. So let's do this.
Miami.
All right, little ghetto. We're watching it on my phone.
Apparently, this is all in-game footage.
This is a good looking game. Even if this is just a cinematic, the graphics are nice.
Well, some of this is actually, they said, is actually gameplay.
That's pretty cool.
Other people keep talking about the jiggle physics.
The jiggle physics, yeah.
They really want to show off their assets.
I can see that. Okay.
I can't wait to be back in Vice City.
That'd be cool. But it's a very large map too. Like a big portion of Florida.
Yeah, like twice the size. And there was theories going, not theories, but rumors going out there that they're going to have a quote-unquote Disney-themed park
Okay.
at the top of the map.
Well, it makes sense if they go up to mid-Florida. Essentially, it'd be Orlando.
Yeah, there's
There's always a story. And then there's, in GTA 5, obviously there's a lot of online play and stuff that you could do too.
Like GTA 5 is all about bank robberies. GTA 4 is about immigrants.
What's this one about?
This one is, I think people are calling it like a.
It says Vice City. I'm assuming it has to do.
No, what's the story about the woman and the man? I'm trying to think of the name. Bonnie and Clyde. Like
Bonnie and Clyde type stuff.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they have to do a lot with with drug moving and cartels and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like it'd be a waste not to.
Oh,
because that's a big part of the crime in Miami. Like Miami Vice. Vice is a department of the law enforcement that has to do with like sex trafficking, drug trafficking, things like that.
Yeah, and the original Vice City involved a lot of drugs.
Like typically, yeah, they'll do like Vice will do a lot of drug busts and cartel busts, things like that. So like I feel like it'd be kind of a waste not to have that be a big part of the storyline, especially if they're calling it Vice City, which is something that Miami is known for. Is the importing of drugs from places like the islands and from Colombia and other places like that in South America.
But it won't
too.
be just like a Miami thing. It'll be like integrating other aspects of Florida. And I will say,
hey, we're gonna wrestle an alligator.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be swamps.
Oh yeah.
But it won't be Florida fully if they don't have their own version of the Skyway Bridge.
Of our bridge? The Skyway?
Well, not Skyway Bridge, but like they got to have some sort of interpretation that makes you think like, oh, I might be in Tampa Bay.
You gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the map goes up far enough to encompass like Orlando and have like a Disney park, then it has to go far enough for you to get to Tampa too, right?
Oh yeah.
But
there is.
What if we could drive Miami Trail? Go from Tampa to Miami.
But there is news in regards to the game too that they announced the same day.
Mm-hmm.
It is locked at 30 frames per second.
Interesting.
It might be because of the draw distance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what the game looks like, it looks pretty good for 30 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand if it like with the size of the map and if you're saying like the draw distance, like everything, like how much they're rendering at one time. Like
right.
yeah, that was one of the big issues that I was having like when I was trying to run Starfield, like especially when Starfield first came out, is it was trying to render so much stuff and it was just crashing out my system. I didn't have the greatest system ever, but still, like it was just a lot to process, so keeping the frame rate low would probably end up having a better gaming experience for most people.
Speaking of, just in case, because I know how Rockstar is, don't edit the trailer in the video. Okay. Because they can copyright claim that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't want that. Then we don't make no money.
But I do hope the story is better than GTA 5. I like the story enough, but I was even telling Ari, I was like, GTA 4 still has the best story out of pretty much majority of the games.
Heck yeah. Are we monetized on YouTube?
No.
No?
No, you have to hit certain brackets.
Monetize on TikTok.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But
No worries.
But on YouTube, you have to like hit certain brackets to be able to apply because of PewDiePie and Logan Paul.
Because of such gigantic YouTubers.
PewDiePie dropping the N bomb.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
That's not. No, it wasn't the N bomb. That was part of it. It was actually him dressing up as a Nazi.
Like, so what?
And
like, seriously, so what? Like,
we already had
Logan. I
Nazis
feel like Logan Paul's thing was way more disrespectful than that. You need a towel or something? Okay. Technical difficulties. Put up the window.
Do I know why it happened? Because I didn't do my lid.
I do it
every time.
So, Kayla has an issue with lids.
Are you gonna have to be her Patrick? No, not her Patrick. You're gonna have to be SpongeBob to her Patrick.
So yeah, putting lids on all the way is
The
chronic
lid.
issue that we have around here. It's all good. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Sucks that they pushed it back again. But I've always been kind of on the side of the fandoms where like I really would rather they take a long time and then give me something great.
Yeah.
That's something that that Bethesda does really well with some of their big games, like Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Mm-hmm. Is like no matter how much the fans scream and cry for the game to be finished, they don't rush themselves typically. Yeah. Especially on their big games, because we've been waiting for Elder Scrolls. We still have no real idea when Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out. But most of us are pretty much okay with that because we know that we want a great product for Elder Scrolls 6. We don't want a piece of garbage just shoved out for them to make money with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Rockstar's another one of those companies that understands the importance of that as well.
Rockstar's one of the few I trust.
Yeah, like seriously. Like Rockstar, certainly. Bethesda with not all of their games, but with their headliners. They do take their time, and that's important.
Speaking of, the new Doom game comes out this week.
Heck yeah, dude! All right.
Have you played the Doom games?
I've played a little bit, but not a whole lot. I've not played a whole lot of Doom, but I plan to play some more Doom. There's a lot of games I'm trying to get caught up with.
I can see you playing Doom Dark Ages. Just what the hell? Why did my phone do this?
So I'm down for it. It's probably going to be on the Game Pass, so I think
it is.
So I will almost certainly play it. Almost certainly. I've been playing a lot of Oblivion. Obviously remastered, because I love Elder Scrolls and I'm having a ton of fun with that. Been playing Clair Obscur.
Yeah, Clair Obscur
Expedition 33. Really enjoying that as well. Beautiful game, great storyline so far.
Music's fucking beautiful.
Really enjoying that. Great cast, great writing so far. I've been enjoying it.
Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta listen to the music.
Heck yeah!
Oh my god, it made me want to just not play.
Yeah,
just dance,
dude.
It was kind of jazzy.
It's good. I'm liking it. I'm excited with it. It's kind of like the vibes that it's giving me, like with the way that it works, like it feels a lot like almost like a Souls game, but like a turn-based kind of Souls game. So like you run into all these fights and stuff like that, but the mobs regenerate if you like stop and camp or something like that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I didn't.
I test. That was one of the first things I tested out the first time I was in camp. I was like, I fought something, and then I stopped and camped, and then when I came back, that mob was back.
Honestly.
So, or when you stop and when you, not just when you camp, but when you hit one of the flags, if you like stop and rest at one of those flags, then all the mobs come back.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so like that part gave me like, you know, Soulsborne, you know, vibes of like, you know, like they're really like the mobs really are endless. So if you need a rest and stuff like that, then it won't necessarily make it easier for you because you still have to be able to get through all those mobs by either moving around them or fighting all of them.
Right.
Which is tough, like managing your resources and stuff like that, because you get lower on health and other things like that, and to get more of the healing. Because I'm at a place where I have 2 of them. What are the elixirs? 2 elixirs.
Yeah.
But at first I only had 1. But to refill those, like you typically have to stop and rest on one of those flags, which brings those mobs back. So it's like.
Now there's gonna be a way to get more of those.
Yeah, like I said, I have 2 now.
Yeah. Where I am currently in the game, I have 5.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Granted, I'm running into bosses that are not bosses, but enemies in general that are just whooping my ass.
Yeah, I had the one boss when you get to the blue tree, towards the beginning before you find Mael. It's just you
I
and
know which one you're talking about.
and
I
you
think that was a tutorial too, right?
It was like a tutorial boss.
Yeah.
It's like the first real boss you run into, and it took me a good few tries. It took me a few tries.
I know what you're talking about now.
Took me a few tries, but I did do it. I did manage it, and that was nice.
I will give you a word of advice though. Once you get the ability to move around the land, if you see enemies, like you'll see enemies around the map, which you've already been on the map, so you've seen them.
Yeah.
But if you see them like where like normal enemies like this big, if you see one that's like yay high, don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You wait until you're like past level 40 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm almost level. I think I'm past level 30 right now. They wipe the floor with me.
Yeah. Dang.
Though when you get to a certain village, you'll know which village I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about the village where the merchant guys are, right?
Yeah, the hair. Do not try to fight the queen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she'll treat you like a bitch.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
I say that in the nicest way possible too.
Bet you get real good stuff if you beat her, though. I bet you get real good stuff you can buy.
Well,
from her.
I'll say it like this. I actually attempted it twice, and probably lasted like not even a second. She kicks you and kicks all your health out.
That's rough.
And you only fight her with one person.
Oh, yeah, because you have to.
Yeah.
You have to fight them with one person at a time to show your might.
Yeah. So she kicked me, and I was like, I'm gonna come back and kick your ass later.
Yeah, just you wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna come back. Yeah, she's a higher
They
level.
don't tell you.
They don't really tell you, but yeah, it would have been a much higher level boss than you could handle at the time.
Yeah. But like.
How do you even get rid of that?
So the village, they're not actually enemies. These merchants.
Well,
so like, but they have stuff that they'll sell to you, but they'll only sell to you if you're a worthy enough warrior to beat them. So like, you have to, if you want one of your characters to be able to buy from them, that character has to beat that merchant in a one-on-one fight. Yeah, that's just the way that their culture is.
So you've already been to that village?
Not yet, but
okay.
but they explained it when we got the first guy that popped in after we found Mael.
Watch out for the hidden blade.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't know what that means,
because I think a lot of people are actually annoyed by that.
Oh yeah.
I was getting annoyed by it.
Do you need to beat them to move on in the game?
No, but you can buy really good items from them that'll help you in the game if you can beat them.
Actually, because that's gonna be the next part you get to. They are gonna throw bosses at you.
Yeah.
Because for the time being, they're gonna look at you like, oh, they're gonna think you're something else and try to defend their base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you will have to fight
To be able to get to the village.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Which they're not too bad. I mean, it's once you see what they are, it's kind of obvious what their weakness is.
Yeah.
You just gotta exploit that.
Okay.
But yeah, he is not done with Act 1 yet, so he hasn't experienced the ending of Act 1.
Yeah.
Can't really say where, but I would probably say I'm close to the end of Act 2. I'm at that. I will say, I think this is the best way to describe where I'm at for people who have played the game. Is I'm at the point where you kind of have to go back and level up as much as you can to even progress. So, yeah, I'm at that point where I have to level up, and so that way I can actually continue the game, or else I'm not going to finish the game.
Yeah. As far as the other game that I'm playing Oblivion Remastered. I wanted to show you earlier, but I've been doing the Crusaders of the Nine quest line, like the Nine Divines.
Sounds like
And
a
I've got,
faction.
huh?
Sounds like a faction.
It is a faction. And it is, so I've done their full quest line. I've got their armor, which is pretty sick, and it can level up with you.
Yeah.
So you can put it back on the stand. It'll jump up to whatever level you're at the time, and then you can put it back on. And that also repairs it and refills it, so you don't have to use soul gems on it as long as you go back to the home base. So it's pretty cool. I think there's like one or two more things I have to do with them, but I've already taken the curse off of the sword and everything. And I've beat the big bad guy in that quest line. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah. So that was a kind of a side quest I wanted to do, but I wanted to get a nice set of armor, and it is pretty sick. It's like a Crusader Templar type armor, you know. So I'm gonna be using that. I might go and do some more of the main quest line now. Which I closed the gate at Kvatch,
but to be fair,
and I've gotten Martin out of there and brought him to the Blades, so I'm in their faction now as well. So I'm gonna go back and do some more on that quest line.
To be fair though, with Bethesda games, at least the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, you kind of have to do the side quests because you can finish the main story pretty quickly.
You can usually finish the main quest line pretty quickly, but there's in those games there's so much other content that you can access, so many other great quest lines. I don't know if anybody can answer this question. Like, do you know if like the DLCs are included in the remastered version?
It should be.
Right,
because I don't see why not.
In my original, I have the Xbox 360 copies of Oblivion, and I also have the Shivering Isles DLC.
Did you say copies?
Yeah, I have the discs.
Plural?
No, one copy.
Oh, okay.
One copy of the Oblivion game and one copy of the Shivering Isles DLC.
Oh, okay.
They're two separate discs because you have to download it. And so I'd played that before, but like.
Man, don't you miss it when you could just like insert your disc and it just magically plays?
And just play a game.
Now Nintendo's fucking you over on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's everything's going digital and nothing's backwards compatible anymore. It's just really, I mean, not nothing, but like less and less things are backwards compatible.
Backwards compatible as they should be.
Yeah. So like it's nice that I get a new version of Oblivion to play, but I hope I can also play like the DLC and stuff like that, like the Shivering Isles DLC.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. The game looks incredible. Unreal Engine 5 is incredible. I'm having a lot of fun with that and Clair Obscur. So and then hopefully soon I'll be playing some Doom. That'll be cool too.
Oh, I'll definitely be playing that because I get paid this week.
Heck yeah.
And then what?
Woohoo! Me too. We get paid.
Oh.
Everybody getting paid this Friday. Everybody getting paid. Okay.
Are you guys bi-weekly?
Yeah.
Oh, so you get paid 3 times this month.
Yeah. Yeah. I got my check before I get this check and then the next check.
Is that the end
like
of the month?
right before the.
Which is just your rent check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the rent check. And that one should be a little bit fatter for me. I'm getting a little bit more hours this next couple of weeks, hopefully. So I should get at least this next week. I know I'm working more hours than I was before. So this week, I mean.
But now I gotta ask you the important question.
Go ahead.
So everyone's been asking this.
Okay.
100 men versus 1 gorilla.
100 men.
What does that mean?
Who would win in a fight? In a fist fight. 100 men.
You think 100 men
or 1 gorilla
fist fight could win against a gorilla?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Gorilla.
Huh?
I like a silverback gorilla, like a full-grown male silverback gorilla, in his prime. All parties in this fight are in their prime. Here's the thing, though.
Now you sound like Peyton.
What do you mean?
I don't agree. I think a gorilla will rip everyone to shreds.
I disagree. And here, I'll explain why. Because here's the thing. Gorilla, obviously, much, much stronger than any man.
Wait.
But here's the thing.
Can you guarantee every man is going to be the same weight class? Muscle mass.
I mean, I'm assuming they're all in their prime. I'm going to, in this case, assume at least an average.
I mean, they're all prime athletes.
Prime, yeah. Let's say, like, at least...
Yeah.
I'd say at least...
What else would find themselves in this
Like a job? Like, you're talking about like one of those...
Just like at least an athletic build in their prime. You know what I mean? They don't even necessarily have to be like master fighters or anything like that. Just average, healthy guys around age like 25, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay? Like say 100 versions of me. What do you mean? What's that supposed to mean? What are you trying to say?
I was picturing 100 of
the hell is that supposed to mean?
Just like 100 of you just squaring up.
Just
to a gorilla.
like,
I feel like you were more at your prime though, like
Yeah,
in
it'd be
your
funny
20s.
to see.
I am in my 20s, Michael.
No, like when you were 20.
No, I'd say physically speaking, like between the ages of 20 and 25, you know, you're like in your prime. Like those,
Not me.
like medically
I was
speaking,
damaged.
those between those ages. Let's just say in that range. Anyway,
No, I mean when I was 25, I was damaged.
anyway,
I blame being an electrician.
I'd say like, because here's my thing. Like the gorilla is obviously very very strong, yes, but 100 guys, and like in my mind, like humans like we're smart enough to know how to strategize. We can use teamwork, and that's one of the things that we've used all throughout human history to take down mammoths and all kinds of massive, very powerful creatures. Because think about that. And yes, we did use tools and spears. I get that.
No,
But
I'm just thinking more on how I feel like back then, teamwork actually meant something compared to now.
yeah, but I feel like if you're facing down a male silverback gorilla in his prime,
compared to a man,
you're gonna want to work together. Okay, I think you're gonna want to work together. But even with the most rudimentary strategy,
maybe
I
100
think.
football players.
Yeah, but even I think even less than that. Like I don't even think you need to have like you don't need like 100 linebackers. I think even 100 average guys would be able to take down a gorilla because like the gorilla, yes, is very strong, and if he went one by one, then yes, you know. But even then, imagine a gorilla going one by one, like it is very strong, but it is also just a normal creature. They do get exhausted. They do get worn down over time. They, you know, like, and that's the thing. If he had to go and fight every man one by one, eventually that gorilla would be exhausted. 100 all at once. You know what I mean?
We were them at one point.
You know,
Evolution.
yeah, I don't think.
All you're doing is fighting your brother.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know how I feel about what I just said that.
I don't know if you're completely taxonomically correct on that, but
No, the fact I said brother and I'm looking at you who's half black.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
hold on a second.
That was unconventional.
Anyway, I think 100 guys. I think that they would win. You know, just for the sheer fact that no matter how strong that gorilla is, it can't fight forever, and it will get exhausted, and it will, I think, eventually be overcome by 100 men. People using even just rudimentary teamwork, rudimentary tactics, you know. And it's not like our strength is absolutely insignificant. No, we're nowhere near as strong as a gorilla, not even close, you know. But you know, getting punched and kicked over and over again, bitten and choked out by 100 dudes, like all, you know, yeah, I think eventually that gorilla will go down. I think a lot of dudes will die. A lot of men will die in this fight, but I think the gorilla will also die before all the men die.
You know though, if it was me, I'd get like half of those people to be people I don't like,
And send them in as the fodder.
send them in as the
Get him
first-
tired.
Be like, all right, we're just gonna wait here until the ape gets tired, and then we go in.
Yeah, you know, but I think eventually, I think the gorilla will go down. I think a lot of people will die, but I think eventually there will be men standing alive, and the gorilla will be dead.
I will say this though. Shemaine could put up a fight on that.
No, I don't think the gorilla could lift him, but I don't think that he would win.
You can cut
That's mean.
No.
Cut
You
that.
can cut this out.
Not even our friend
No, you
anymore,
can
dude. That's gotta get cut out.
You can cut this out if you want.
Yeah.
But no, the gorilla would just see him as brother and tell him
That's
we're teaming up against the 100 men.
Michael, you just ran into the exact same problem you just had. You just ran face first into the exact same thing you just said a minute ago.
No, that's why I said she can cut it out. She won't.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She'd be like, "We'll
Okay, and we're back. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Technical
Humanity
difficulties.
difficulties.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, that's my take though. Why? What's your take?
I feel like you logistically like kind of changed my mind a little bit on that.
I just don't, because
But-
no matter how strong a gorilla is, he can't fight forever. He will get tired.
But why hasn't anyone made a simulation of this yet?
I'm sure somebody will.
Like make a like they always do simulations to see who would win in a fight.
Yeah.
Why not Why hasn't someone done a simulation yet?
I mean, we can do a simulation. It just depends on how accurate it is.
You know-
Like, I don't know. I have to trust the source of the simulation because there's a lot of factors that you have to put in.
Why don't we just do it ourselves? You find like 98 people,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll meet you at the zoo and watch.
You know.
It's gonna be Harambe all over again.
Oh my God. No, that only took one child.
And it only took one shot.
It only took one child, and a lot of bullets. Now,
I thought it was just one. I thought it was just one bullet.
probably just one.
Right in the head.
Actually, was it? I don't know. I don't think I ever actually watched that video. I don't think I ever watched the Harambe video. I only heard about it second and third hand.
Did you ever hear the theory that when Harambe died, that's why life?
The legend of Harambe. Yeah.
No, did you ever hear like the theory that when Harambe died, basically that's why life has gotten shittier.
Yeah.
He's like a legend. He's like
a legend.
He's a ghost.
Curse upon the world.
God said that when Harambe dies, one of my own monkeys, when he dies, the world will go into chaos.
Jesus. Okay. Well.
One monkey gone, whole bunch more to go.
I feel like that's an odd phrase. It's some odd phrasing right there.
Anyways,
All right.
Kayla.
Now that we're past that.
So, Ari told me that apparently when you guys went to go see the Beetlejuice musical, that I reminded you of Beetlejuice.
You did, especially the one like.
She apparently said I reminded her of Beetlejuice because of the way I treat Izzy.
I didn't say that.
That's what Ari said.
Ariana said that about you.
Said that you said that.
The way you treated me.
The way that Beetlejuice treated one of the people on the stage, that he was treating them like all like.
Oh, like flirting with him?
Listen, I'm straight as a ghost, but I will flirt with any man.
Straight as a
Yeah,
ghost.
no, the way. Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
The way Beetlejuice was flirting with people on stage reminded me of when you do your flirting.
Hell yeah. We gonna do this right. The juice is loose.
Yeah. Wasn't that your handle
But-
on our group chat?
What?
Wasn't that your handle on our group chat?
Oh yeah, the juice is loose.
Juice is loose, yeah. Was that me? Target R. Kelly? Fantastic.
The juice is
Great
loose.
name. Great name.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then what were you?
Producer from the Bronx.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that because I thought I put something else.
No, it was producer from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Are you even from the Bronx?
No,
Where were you born? Long Island.
close enough.
What part of Long Island? Like, do you know what borough you lived in?
wait.
I don't know how it works.
Wait,
in
how
New York.
how long you been dating her?
I don't know, 5 months. 5 months. I knew she was from New York, like Long Island.
New York.
Yeah.
That's
New
why.
York.
That's
New
why she
York.
has such a bad attitude.
New York. But I don't know what borough she was born in.
She was in the Turtle Borough.
What?
I don't know. I don't even know either.
Yeah, you gotta ask your parents. Ask your parents what borough. Yeah.
They were in the mafia.
Where did they grow up? What part of
Astoria.
Astoria? Queens.
Oh,
See there, that's probably where you're from then. It's from Queens.
That,
If that's where they're from. Did they live in Queens when you were born?
when they got married and had Ariana, they moved to Long Island right away.
An
Okay.
An interrogation.
So they weren't in Queens when you were born then.
She was born on a plane.
She doesn't even know her own history.
I mean, they had Ariana.
She
not
don't even
even
know
their
where
child.
she don't even know where she comes
They
from.
had Ariana. They already lived in Long Island. So.
Okay.
She's
so-
not even their child. She was adopted.
No, there ain't no way. She-
Yeah, that's right.
I can see the resemblance too much.
Anyways, so you said that about me. So I want to ask, what cartoon character do you see him as?
Cartoon character?
Or live action character? Technically, Beetlejuice was cartoon too.
Fair. Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
Freddy Fazbear?
I feel like I don't watch enough, like.
Oh yeah, you're deprived.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, he's opening up your gates.
He is.
That's
Wait.
wait.
My palates.
Pause.
Your palates.
My palate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, broadening your horizons.
There you go.
That's a good phrase. I like that.
That's a
one.
PG phrase.
Yeah.
Opening up your gates. That's yeah, fair.
I mean, now you're what?
What it reminds me of, though, I don't consume a lot of
Media.
Archer.
Archer? Like Sterling Archer?
Archer a little bit.
What?
Yeah. Besides all but like his humor and like his wit, the way he talks. And,
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I mean, at least
Archer's hilarious.
I mean,
I love that show.
At least she didn't say BoJack Horseman.
Thank God.
oh my god. And he's definitely not the dog in there either.
The dog.
The dog.
Yeah, BoJack's best friend.
Oh, Peanut Butter? Mr. Peanut Butter?
Peanut butter.
I've never seen BoJack Horseman.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I
Thank
mean,
God.
I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like BoJack
I'm certainly
Horseman
not
sometimes.
Mr. Peanut Butter. Jesus.
I mean, I feel like BoJack Horseman sometimes.
Yeah?
See it? You have to watch it. I told you in Origami, you guys have to watch it. It kind of like changed my life.
I think you're not the only person I've heard say that.
It changed. No, it really did.
Yeah.
That show really did change.
Doesn't that star Will Arnett?
I don't know.
I'm like actually scared to watch it again because it hit me so deeply. I mean, if you struggled with mental disorders your whole life, like, or like you had like anxiety or depression,
Sounds perfect for me.
you really relate.
Yeah, go ahead and watch it.
Will it make me commit suicide?
I thought it was an interesting show. I feel like I didn't struggle with a lot of the same kind of like issues that were expressed within the show.
Right.
So
you probably just saw it.
it was funny, and it was a good, striking show. It had a lot of really good, deep themes, and I thought it was really well written. At least the parts that I've watched. I haven't seen the whole show. I wouldn't say I related as deeply as some other people.
Yeah.
That I know who feel the same. I've heard the same things from other people about it, but the same, like, they struggle with a lot of those same things as well. I feel like it really is a really great depiction of those things and the struggle that people go through.
It's not going to trigger you, but I mean, it's just really
Relatable. Yeah. Relatable and well written. So, and it does at first, and I think a lot of shows do this. A lot of really well written shows do this. They present themselves a lot more lighthearted right at the beginning,
Yes.
and then as you get into it, you kind of start feeling like those deeper themes, being pressed towards the surface. And you kind of have to relate to that. I feel like a lot of great shows do that. Like, I mean, a lot of people, same thing with like Adventure Time, for example.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt the same way about that. Not the same themes, because there were different themes were expressed.
won a few like Oscars.
But a lot of shows will do that thing where like it starts off really
No, not
lightheaded,
Oscars,
lighthearted, like really lighthearted and stuff like that. But like as you get into the show, it really explores a lot of these themes that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah. It won an Emmy. I mean, one of the episodes, like, it's just written so well, and the way they do the expressions and movements and like the way they capture it with the animation, it had no words in it at all. It was just all an orchestra, and it won an Emmy.
That's pretty cool.
Like best drama episode or something.
Very good.
I should watch it.
Excellent.
I would recommend
Yeah. Because I love depression.
it. It's deep.
I'm ready.
It might make you feel
Depression.
Gonna jump off the high bridge.
Get the view from halfway down.
No.
Oh.
No, 'cause
Oh.
I mean, apparently Ari said that about my writing.
Depressing.
She said apparently I give none of my characters like happy stories or happy endings, and I'm like, no, you're lying. Like, no, I definitely. And I started counting on my fingers. I'm like,
I hope my character gets a
Yeah.
happy ending. I feel like I'm a pretty minor character currently in your story, but I hope I get a happy ending anyway.
if it makes you feel any better.
Oh, well, guess what?
Her character doesn't.
Ha.
Doesn't get a happy ending?
No,
Why?
Womp womp.
I can't say it on here. That's in book 2. So just to say, some characters
Your character doesn't love my character? And
I think we're in different stories, actually. I don't think we're even in the
the
same
character. So I'm going to state this real quick. In my stories, I like to base certain characters off of people I know. I've been told that sometimes I shouldn't use their real names. I try to tweak it a little bit, but I like to draw, so I'll usually draw their like what they would look like. So Ant is part of a single story. It might be connected further, like connected in the bigger universe of the Four Horsemen saga,
That'd be sick.
but you're basically just your own. Kayla doesn't exist in there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Where Kayla, I will say this about Kayla's character. She's already dead.
Wah, wah.
And a certain soul is inhabiting her body. Can't tell. I can't tell on camera.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
eventually I want to get attention. If I can get a lot of attention on my book series and get it big and all that, I don't want spoilers out there. That's why the art I have posted on Instagram.
Right.
I post little details, but I don't go full blown on everything. About
And then he's gonna hire me to narrate it.
as long as you don't clear your throat out a lot.
What was that? So I don't know what now.
You remember she always said like, "Oh, Anthony clears his throat out too much."
Well, that's what editing's for. Everybody has to like drink water. Like when people narrate books, I don't think you guys understand. Like it's a long affair.
It is.
They're doing it all day long for days. Like and you do take breaks. You do drink water. You do clear your throat. And that stuff gets edited out.
I actually wouldn't mind the idea of you narrating it.
I'd love to.
Like I would actually like if I like the idea is to get an agent, and the agent would actually be the one proposing my stories to a publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
And if that all works out, I could be making a lot more money than I'm making right now.
Heck yeah, get it on Audible, and then I will narrate it.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to be doing self-publishing anymore. There's too many hassles with it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone always. When I first started doing self-publishing, and I know this was not part of the idea of what I was doing. Mm-hmm. Technically, it was going to be, but then we had no internet. But
love that. Have we checked on the internet?
I checked on my phone and nothing yet.
Still not?
Yeah.
Golly.
But
paid like thousands of dollars for an apartment, and they can't even give you Wi-Fi.
You ain't wrong about that. But everyone always said to me, like, self-publishing, oh my God, that's so cool. You actually did it. I'm like, yeah, but it's so easy. A monkey could do it. It's not. Yeah, and I'm not discrediting people who want to stick to self-publishing because people have actually made a success out of that. I don't want to discredit them at all, but it's not for me. Because the problem is that you also have to worry about marketing, and I'm not good at marketing, even despite the fact that I'm doing a marketing class starting today. So when I get home, I gotta
marketing
do my syllabus. That came out of nowhere, but
no, it came out of you.
It did. Just glad it came out that way.
Yeah, well.
But no, I chose marketing because I'm like, okay, that seems interesting, and I needed a third class because once I take 3 classes in fall, I'm done with associate's degree.
Yeah, you just gotta go on Skillshare and look up Kayla's class for social media marketing. It doesn't exist yet, but
I was gonna say,
but that'd be great. Great way to make money.
But
that's a lot of work.
I don't think self-publishing is for everybody, especially if they think their story is great. If you don't have the marketing skills, it's not something that I just wanted to stick with. I think I need.
Marketing's different too. Like I tried to help my dad with marketing for his book.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It is hard.
You have to. Marketing's so niche.
Like I can't even do tags right to get attention on them.
Yeah. Like what hashtags?
Yeah, I can't do proper hashtags.
I think you have to really have a niche inside. You have to pick a marketing that you like and really.
Honestly, to do great, honestly, I think
all my marketing has been entertainment focused.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think great marketing, like you really have to have your thumb or your finger, not your thumb necessarily, but your finger on the pulse of culture, of social media, like you have to have your finger on the pulse of a lot of different things to understand where the market's at, where the audience is at, where the culture's at.
But that again is why it has to be so niche. I could never.
Well, that's why I've been posting these.
Yeah.
So I've only posted I posted this one and another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but book talk, like honestly,
you have to know a lot about the niche that you're marketing. Like I would never be able to market like
that's what the shadow
medical or anything, you know.
Yeah, no.
I would never be. But the people
that's pretty cool. I like
medical
that.
Marketing.
Oop, cut that part out. Oh. I don't want that shown yet.
Okay.
If it's showing, we don't even know if we got on camera or not.
People that do medical marketing like probably can't do entertainment marketing.
Yeah, probably not. I imagine so. Very cool.
Very nice.
The main character, which obviously I based his look off of me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I love it.
Yeah, and eventually, once I get everything ready and I want to do more promotions, like the characters of book 2, like your character, I will reveal publicly. But for right now, that's gonna stay hidden for a while.
Yeah.
Like Izzy wanted to make his look really gay, so I made it look gay.
It looks good though.
But
honestly, it's like, the question would be like, how do you make somebody look gay? But like, I think you did accomplish that. I saw it, and I was like,
to be fair,
yeah, all right.
To be fair, Izzy told me what he wanted, so that's what I did.
And Izzy is gay, so he gets to say,
Yeah. Because honestly,
we had an expert an expert counsel on the matter.
sorry, Steven.
Wah, wah.
Look, I don't want to put him on blast, but at least he's the only one that's actually said something about my art.
Who?
Steven.
Oh, what has he said?
I'm sorry, Steven. I don't think you listen to these, but I'll say it anyways. Don't take offense to this. I found it funny, but at the same time, I'm like, well, at least.
Why did he say this?
Well, I like I said, I don't know if he listens to it, but I just want him to know. I found it appreciative. At least someone's talking about it. He said he asked Ari, can you ask Michael, how hung is he? Mike, the character I just showed you.
Oh, he liked it.
Yeah.
No, he was looking at the.
Because apparently, I don't know how to draw a guy's crotch well. Like, apparently, I made it too long. And I was like,
When
shit.
did Steven say this?
He said it to her the day I posted it.
Oh.
But I was like, I don't know. I never put sexual anatomy into question.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
I would say Annabeth probably has small titties.
Annabeth is...
The blue hair girl. She's the main villain of the Four Horsemen saga right now.
Okay. Sure.
I'd say she probably has a fat ass.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you why.
Sure.
Because I think it would make sense with what the twist is with her.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of male genitalia, never put it in consideration. Because I also don't care for writing sex.
Okay, yeah, so it's a PG-13.
Yeah, honestly, sex scenes in books I think are a little overdone.
Unless there's a
These
reason
days.
for it story-wise, I don't see a reason to write it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, but like, here's the thing.
Smut books.
Yeah.
But like, because here's the thing. Here's my ting.
But I don't like, it either has to be like full force, like fucking descriptive and dirty, or...
But even-
if they do it like that halfway shit that try to cover it up like a TV show PG, it's so annoying.
But here, even if you got all the detail and stuff, like, how many different ways can you write that? You have like 15 sex scenes in your book. It's like, how is it really any different each time? No, not really.
It depends. On
I think you get to a point where it starts to get repetitive, and if the story is long enough, and if there are enough scenes,
It's like how many dicks can she put in her ass?
okay, that's okay.
Oh,
No, I mean, if
But for
anything,
me,
I'll
like,
say
I
Izzy
think
had
that,
no
like,
dick.
you know, I don't know. For me, like, I kind of agree. Like, if there's a literary reason for it, you know, if it's not, like, if sex itself is not the central focus of your story, not going to come after all you know,
Well, I will say this.
spicy book galleys out there.
Well, I will say this. Even if I write sex, I'm not going to be descriptive about it.
Right.
Because honestly, like, that's just adding too many details that you don't need.
Yeah. I think for a lot of stories where that's not the focus, the implication is enough.
Yeah.
You
as
know,
long as there's progression.
The implication of a romantic relationship and then, you know, intimate relationship, you know, relations between the two characters. I think that you can imply that stuff without necessarily making it the main focus of the story, because most of the time for a lot of stories that's not the focus. I think a lot more stories these days have a lot more media in general these days have included a lot of sex scenes and a lot of sexuality, and I think it's just kind of overdone. Like, it's just like it's like, okay, the main premise, because there's a lot of media that I come across where it's like the main premise of the story has literally nothing to do with it, and then you just get like slapped out of nowhere with a sex scene, and you're just like, I don't know where this came from. Like, I don't know why we needed this.
That's kind of why I appreciate.
It's like, okay, that was fun, but it had literally no bearing for the rest of the story.
That's kind of why I appreciate 100 Girlfriends, because it's like it's a harem, but it's making fun of harems.
Yeah.
So like that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And you know, Izzy even asked me, "Is like, oh, is my character gay?" I'm like, technically, demons, which my story will revolve around demons and angels, but demons technically would be considered asexual, not asexual, but like they have no preference in their sexuality, so they'll fuck anything. So that was my answer to him. But it's gonna have like different mythology as well mixed in.
Okay.
It's not just gonna be full Christianity. There's gonna be like different Greek mythology, and like all that stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Anything else on the docket?
On the docket. Let me see.
What time is it? Okay.
We can bring up Harry Potter next time.
Okay, it's up to you.
Yeah, because I mean,
Done with the movies by
We might be. Yeah, we might be done with the full series by next time.
will be before his Harry Potter birthday.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, that'd be perfect
We
time.
can make it a little bit of a Harry Potter thing.
Exactly.
Woo.
He's turning 26.
27.
Then why did you say 25 earlier? Confused. confused the fuck out of me.
I wasn't talking about me necessarily. I was just making an example of a prime age for a young man in the prime of his
How old
health.
are you?
28
I thought you were 27.
She was.
last month.
No, I thought she turned 27.
No.
No, I'm older than her.
Yeah.
Certified milk.
Old lady over
You're not
here.
a MILF.
Certified milk.
Cougar.
That would be like if she turns into her mother.
Hey, no. Let's not say that.
Look wise.
Mm.
Anyways.
Rather not. Rather not think about that.
Cut that part out in case you're not listening to it.
Stand on it.
Wow.
I think the last thing I'll bring up is Thunderbolts,
Thunderbolts.
which you haven't seen yet.
I've not. I know it's out and I haven't seen it. We just haven't been to the movie theater.
Well, we're gonna be going to, like I said, one way or another, we're seeing Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, I'm down.
I want to see Thunderbolts.
We're gonna see Thunderbolts
Well,
eventually.
we haven't had
Again,
like a weekend where we can go to.
It's true. We've been so busy.
yeah, you guys can go see Thunderbolts this weekend.
See it on Sunday.
We could see it on Sunday. We'll
But,
see.
Yeah, because I think me and her are gonna try and see a movie this weekend as well. Because we have Until Dawn and The Amateur that we want to see.
Yeah.
Because The Amateur I think looks good. Apparently it's getting mid reviews, but
The Amateur. That's the one where he's trying to be an assassin, right? Or
where his wife is killed and he's trying to tell them like, let me out on the field. They say no, all you are is a hacker.
mm-hmm.
So he's like,
And so he kills them in his own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And Rami Malek, I mean, he's a great
I also wanted to see that. I really didn't hear anything about it until I was in the theater and I saw that poster that Mickey's 17. I know. But like I kind of wanted to see that as well, but I didn't know anything about it until I saw the poster of it in the theater.
I think I did a review for that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it was actually really good in my opinion.
Okay, heck yeah.
Mark Ruffalo was definitely a Donald Trump impersonator.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
He was definitely impersonating Donald Trump in a couple ways.
Heck yeah. All right.
But Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Without getting into spoilers,
Heck yeah. Please don't.
I will say this: it's one of the better MCU films in a long time. I've loved and liked a lot of them. Some of them I've actually hated since Endgame.
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder being one of them that I just did not like.
Yeah.
Really wanted to like it, but I would say it's one of the better ones since Civil War.
Okay.
Like I really love Civil War. It's really high up there for me. Maybe even Winter Soldier, like right up there.
Really? Seriously?
It was like that well of a
Up there
series
with
to me.
Civil War and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like you think that's
I mean,
some
I
high
think-
praise.
I think Winter Soldier is still a better film.
Yeah.
But this film really deals with depression.
Okay.
It just deals with all this kind of depression that every character deals with.
Yeah.
Some of them they don't really dive fully into, but I feel like there's already explanations which I can get into once you see the film.
Mm-hmm.
Every actor has time to shine.
That's nice.
You know, I agree with what everyone's saying is that every actor actually makes like people that you didn't think you'd give a shit about. This movie makes you give a shit about.
Nice.
It makes you excited to see them in Doomsday.
Okay. I'm excited for that. Yeah, that's some high praise coming from you. I think it'll be a really good film. I'm excited to see it.
I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
All right. Well, all right.
Like Captain America, I gave
I'll have
it
to let you know if I agree once I see it.
But like Captain America, I gave an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. The new
But-
Captain America movie?
Yeah, the new one.
It was not bad. It was not bad.
It wasn't bad, but this was loads better.
Okay. Heck yeah.
But there's some topic going around about this movie, and I don't know if you want to hear it because I feel like eventually you might see it regardless.
Okay. Is it a spoiler?
It kind of is, but Marvel doesn't give a fuck. Marvel's the one who's revealing it.
Okay.
So you know how they have an asterisk,
How they having what?
an asterisk at the end of the title.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, they do reveal what the asterisk was about.
Okay.
And now, I think after the weekend, Marvel said fuck it and revealed a new title for the film. They just revealed it for everyone who hasn't seen it yet.
Okay.
And it's out in the open. So it's up to you if you want me to tell you.
All right. Go ahead if it's out there.
Because, I mean, you might get lucky and not see it at all.
True. True.
And this is a spoiler warning for everybody else, too. But like I said, it's out there. Marvel really didn't give a shit on this one. Mainly, I think it's because they want to make sure people know this is a big film.
All right. Well, go on.
The new title is called New Avengers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Kind of feel like I saw that coming. So
and I will say this:
the new Avengers.
they give a reason why the team's called Thunderbolts.
Okay,
Yeah.
why it's called? Yeah, I was always wondering about that
It's
because I was like, it's just weird because they were coming out with a movie that had something to do with Thunderbolt Ross, and then like right at the same time they're also coming out with a film called The Thunderbolts, but doesn't have anything to do with him. And I'm like,
I will say this: there was a line in the trailer that I feel like should have stayed in the film because I feel like they changed it a little bit. But Bucky says we're not calling ourselves that. I feel like they should have made a reference to also to say we're not calling.
is it
ourselves-
because I'm just confused?
No, they don't show it in the trailer.
Okay.
But I feel like they should have made a reference saying we're not calling ourselves Thunderbolts because of what happened in Washington.
Right. You know what I mean?
That would have been a good reference.
That would have been, I think.
But I feel like Bucky kind of made a reference to that in the trailer, and I feel like they changed it. But no, there's a reason why. So, yeah, I can't really say much about that.
Okay. Well, I
But
guess
yeah.
I'll find out.
They're called the New Avengers, which I feel like it should be more called the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it also makes sense with how they were announced.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A little bit of a different direction. I heard some people that I was talking to theorizing about like West Coast Avengers and Young Avengers, but nobody theorizing about like the New Avengers. So I think that it's interesting that that's the direction that they're choosing to go. So, yeah.
And then definitely stay for the after credit scene.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is in a long time one of the more important ones.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for it. I'm down. Like I've been excited to see it for a while. I haven't been to the theater in a good bit, you know, but I'm really excited to see this one. This is one of the few that I think I've been really excited for.
This one and Fantastic Four has definitely been up
Yeah.
there.
Fantastic Four. Definitely got to see that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that's it.
All right.
Kind of. Yeah. I should have enough time to spend time with Ari when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go to bed at. I think I'll go to bed at 11. Give
Yeah.
myself a little bit more time.
Fair
I feel
enough.
awake.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I have to because I still have to do schoolwork when I get home. Since you guys had no internet.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm yelling at you.
We're about to go through it.
Yeah. I'm so irritated.
Yeah, it's like you're in a hurricane.
At least we have like power, AC.
I have to check my email to see if they emailed something to the complex.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
I noticed too. He's not in that. I didn't check this time since the gate was open, but he wasn't in the call list.
Yeah, we gotta get things sorted out.
Yeah.
You took the mail key though.
I did. Yeah. I think you dropped it on the stairs because I was walking back into the apartment at one time and it was like on a stair step and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, this must be the mail key.
Oh,
That is alright.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you guys for being here. I know this episode was a little all over the place, but I felt like it was a good vibe. I think it was a good conversation. And we threw some good nerd stuff in here at the end.
Oh, actually, I figured we should mention this too, or at least re-mention it.
Charlie's Epicon? Or Charlie's
Anime Con.
Charlie's Anime
But
Con.
I think we should mention it again next week.
Okay.
We are going to be a guest on another podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, we
What
are.
are they called again?
Fantastic.
Like I said, no offense. It's been a
It's been a really long 3 weeks.
Wow.
it's been a week for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll mention that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll let you guys know. We got a few cool things coming up. So we're going to be collabing with another podcast. We're going to be at some cons coming up here as well. We're going to have some booths at those cons, and we're going to be going around asking questions and stuff. So we're going to get you guys a lot of that information here very soon, and probably come out with some posts specifically about those things as well to put out on the platforms.
Yeah, which we actually need is you eventually need to show me how to get back on the website.
All right, y'all. Well, appreciate you guys being here. If you made it all the way to the end, congratulations. Really appreciate that.
Man, if you're a gorilla
Yeah.
or
If
a
you,
white man,
oh, white. Hold on. Why are they white? Hold on. I'll take care of this. All right. Oh man, yeah. Just yeah. Nothing about race going on here, but whether you're a gorilla or 100 men, it's not always black and white.
definitely not a silverback.